Mahogany will respond in Orin. I don't know, he kind of seems like a lizard criminal.
Well, could you at least tell me, again, what's your name? My name's Serenity.
I'm not... Listen. I'm not going to use this name. I just love the fantasy meme generator spat it out on me. Dwofag Bone Maul.
Wow.
Excuse me?
Oh.
No, his name is
Ouch.
Drumram.
Bromram. Okay.
Rumham?
Brumram.
And you said it was your family's axe?
He says that the insert racial slur for lizard men here, that they've stolen it. That he's gonna go reclaim it from them.
Did I see an axe amongst the equipment he had?
Yes, actually. I mean, it would look. There was clothing, armor, provisions, an axe, and a short bow, quiver filled with arrows.
And
All
where's
right,
your family from
Mahogany.
again?
As he's starting to march off downriver, is Serenity moving to march with him?
Yes.
Alright, while they do that then, Mahogany lets out a sigh, and since he's literally made of air, it's really impressive.
Okay, shush. As you guys are moving together downriver,
That's not...
and you're peppering him with questions about who he is, where he's from, all this. He was already aggravated. He was already having a bad day. And he spins around. Says, I'll make you a deal. For every vile lizard neck you sever, I will answer one of your incessant questions.
I got two back there, or we got two back there. She'll motion back towards where we came from.
I have a question.
Right now you're hiding in a tree.
Yes, I am.
For the first lizard man, he tells you his name. Broomram. For the second lizard man, he tells you that he hails from the dwarven homes. And then he continues marching downstream. What's your question, Kelian?
Can I move from tree to tree stealthily?
You,
It sounds like we're going to be crossing a river.
you can't move stealthily because, with each time you're moving from tree to tree, you'll be jumping, and anybody who looks will be seeing you. After each individual jump, you'd be able to hide in the tree, providing nobody's watching you move. Okay. So is your goal to move along with the group without this dwarf knowing you're there?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a retread of what happened in the Tower of Fire.
A little bit, yeah.
Is Mahogany remaining as an air elemental?
Yes, and while they're going off, because it's only been like a minute since I got back, so since the lizards ran off, Mahogany lets out a sigh, and then just flies back to go get the axe.
Okay, so you're abandoning the group.
He's way faster than any of these lizard men. He can go get that fucking axe.
And by the time you get back to where you found the dwarf, there's no sign of the equipment laying there anymore.
Right, I'm just gonna hunt down these lizards.
You're gonna hunt them down one by one by yourself?
Yeah, by myself.
Mahogany, make me a perception check. Roll really high.
$25.
Okay, sit on that 25 for a minute. The rest of you, are any of you, except for Kelian, because he's not making himself known, are any of you carrying any weapons overtly?
I've got the fork.
You got your
Darts.
fork.
Everyone's got... Sorry.
Oh, I was saying darts.
But nobody's wearing like a sword or an axe or anything
No,
like that?
Serenity's got her maul and a whole bunch of javelins on her wrists, and axes on her belt, and a dagger in her boots.
As you're marching downstream, the direction that Mahogany brought the dwarf from, Serenity, you can see him eyeing your axes that you wear. And eventually he just blurts out, I'll do much better with one of those in my hands.
That's right. I'll take 2 off her belt and hand them to him.
He nods in approval, and he tells you that he will see that you are paid well for the loan.
Do we get another question now?
He asks you if you've severed a lizard man's neck.
Riot has no response to this.
So here's what we're going to do. You guys are going to have to track down the lizard men who stole his gear.
Yep.
So the group can make 1 survival check. Survival or nature, I'll allow either. And you can make this at advantage because you're being aided. Kelian, I want you to make a separate perception check.
I'm actually pretty good at nature if you guys want me to make it.
What's your nature?
Oh, you might be better because it's smartness. Sorry, I have to get my sheet from me again. Page.
I think Keely and I both have like +6 survival.
I have +7 survival.
Oh yeah, so that's the highest I'm hearing so far. What's your nature?
+5.
Okay, so yeah, let's have a survival check.
Yep.
Alrighty, here we go. This will be hilarious. 17.
17? Okay.
Yeah.
You follow Brumram back to the area where he was being held. And from there you manage to track the lizardmen off to the east. Mahogany.
Mm-hmm.
You've come to kind of a fork in the river here. And you notice that the lizardman that took the equipment has loaded it into a very crude canoe and is crossing the river off to the east. So to follow them, you will have to cross the river yourself.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
Kelian, here's what you notice. What was your
I rolled a
perception?
20. I rolled a 20. I rolled a 14, total 20. Sorry.
You notice as your companions are making their way off downstream that another group of lizardmen is coming up behind you, stalking you, being very silent, very quiet. There's 4 of them, armed with spears and bows. Your companions have not noticed them, only you have. And as far as you can tell, they haven't noticed you either.
So
Mahogany, are you crossing the river?
yeah.
Okay. What's your plan when you get it onto the water?
I mean, my current plan is grab the fucking axe, bring it back, and end of plan.
Okay. Roll. Let me give them a roll, actually. Roll a dexterity check.
Okay. $15.
So you're just going to drop onto their boat, eh?
I'm dropping onto the boat, grabbing the axe, and I'm out.
Okay. There are 4 lizardmen in this boat,
Uh-huh.
paddling with wide, broad paddles. I'm sorry, poles, not paddles. And there's no way to hide your advance.
No. That's not the goal here.
As they see you advancing, they scoop up the equipment and each dive into the river. So by the time you arrive to the boat, it's empty.
And the Mahogany again. And then it just like it keeps going for like 20 seconds as he dives into the water after the lizard man. Again, only the lizard man with the axe. He wasn't told to get back my grandpappy's armor suit.
Okay. Kelian, what do you do with the information that your friends are about to get ambushed?
Do they have ranged weapons?
Oh yeah, they're all carrying bows.
Boo! But yeah, I'll start attacking them.
Okay. Everybody except Mahogany, roll some initiative.
Okay.
Hey, my lizard butts did better that time.
Ugh.
It's okay, I got you covered, Kelian.
Riot, what are you on?
21.
Kelian?
7.
7? That's not
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, but I got the jump on them, so
Liberation.
You have
that's
advantage.
important.
15.
And Serenity?
23.
Alright, Serenity is surprised. Riot is surprised.
Actually, I have a class feature that I can act during surprise rounds if I enter rage as my first action.
Okay, how do you narrate that?
Serenity has a preternatural instinct towards when something's going down between connection to the natural world just being a cipher, and she just knows something's about to happen, and she moves.
So what do you do?
Hammer out, full movement into wherever the threat is.
Oh, I gotta put Bumram on here too.
Action trance, obviously.
Okay.
How close are they to me right now?
What's your passive perception?
15, I think. 16.
You can't see them. Riot is surprised, as far as I know.
Yeah, I don't have anything on the feature. I noticed Serenity acting weird. What are you doing?
Liberation is surprised, as far as I know.
I don't have the Cyclone powers anymore.
Lizard men are surprised. Kelian.
there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot one of them.
Okay.
If they're surprised, I get a crit as part of my assassin class feature.
By the time your turn comes around, they're no longer surprised.
That doesn't make any sense.
You got to surprise them, and you got to beat them in initiative to get the auto crit.
Yeah, it's true.
You still get an advantage on the roll, and you get your sneak attack because you're hidden. I mean,
1-1.
I mean, it was almost a 20.
Yeah. But because it was Kelian, it wasn't.
Imagine a boot stomping on Kelian's face forever. It popped back onto the table as a 1.
24.
24. You loose your quarrel and just cut one of them down. It just splurts through the thing's neck, and one of them crashes to the ground.
That was satisfactory.
And Bumram is surprised. It's actually Brumram, not Bumram. Bumram sounds in this.
Yeah,
that's
it
kind of the
sounded
similar
better than
zip
the
code
last
to Dwofag.
That's more.
There you go. I could just combine them. It could be Bumram Dwofag. I'm 12 years old. Serenity.
Mm-hmm. I hear where that guy gurgles his last.
You do, and it was pretty close to you. You can move and then attack them.
Okay.
The other lizard men are hidden from you, so you will be... Now,
I hate to
I'll
be
let
this
you make
guy.
a perception check.
Right.
Okay.
I normally wouldn't, but we're not on the grid, so you can't point to what square you're attacking. So,
It's only going to be
what guy do you hate to be, Riot?
9.
Serenity didn't attack anybody and also wasn't attacked last round. Is she still in action trance?
She's got to attack somebody this round, or else she'd lose.
But this round. Okay, gotcha.
It's going to be a 9.
A 9. Okay.
Uh,
The problem is Serenity doesn't see any targets to hit.
Stab
see-
yourself.
You see where the dead lizard man is, but the other lizard men are still hidden from you.
I'm just going to throw a javelin into random underbrush in that direction then.
All right. Roll percentile.
Sure. 10s is metal.
What seems like a good place to throw?
That'll be a 38.
Hey, you fling your javelin, in that direction. And Kelian, you watch as the javelin goes wide. It lands in between where two of these lizard men are skulking.
Second javelin.
Wilhelmscape.
Percentile is 17.
And Kelian, once again, the second javelin
That's a 71.
goes wide too.
That's a 77.
I said metal is 10s.
Yeah, but that's a 7 on the metal.
That's a 1.
Oh, is it
That's a
seven?
1.
So, looks like a 1 to me.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. I was looking at it from a weird angle, I guess.
So
No,
Serenity is definitely alert that there are things there, but she can't see where they are. Serenity, moving or staying put?
Move between where they are and my companions.
Okay. Riot, what's up?
I don't know what's going on. Do I see the dead one?
Oh yeah, yeah. He was
Okay.
he was skulking in some marshy brush, but I mean, you heard it gurgle, and you see the telltale
Yeah.
sign that like he might as well just have carved in his hide Kelian was here.
Let's see. What spells do I have that don't require me to see anything? Yeah, let's just confuse these guys.
Confuse them.
Yeah. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point I choose within range has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Now, are you centering that sphere on the one that's dead?
No.
Make,
I'm centering it
make
on...
an intelligence check.
Okay.
Because I mean, you just watch Serenity throw javelins, so you have an idea of where they aren't.
Okay. I don't have any idea what they are. That's a 1.
Okay. So you're going to cast Confusion?
Yeah, and I'm going to cast it, let's say, 10 feet behind the dead one.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and roll a bunch of d20s, so you have no idea how many that it's actually going to affect.
Mm-hmm.
And what save are they rolling? Wisdom?
Wisdom, yeah. They've got to beat an 18.
Nobody beat an 18.
Okay.
So what's the effect?
Well, that's you determine the effect.
I determine the effect.
Like the spell?
Confusion.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a random D10 roll.
Yeah. Riot, are you moving or staying put?
Stand put.
Liberation.
I'm gonna dash to stand shoulder to shoulder with Serenity, and I'm going to active perception.
Okay, roll it.
Spot one of these guys. Ooh, that's good. 21.
21.
Yep.
You do spot one. Much, much closer to Serenity than you were expecting.
Okay.
She very unsuspecting. She has no idea. In fact, she was tossing
Point.
javelins far beyond it.
Point him out to her.
Okay. Yeah, right in the bush next to you, Serenity.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving or
That's
staying
gonna be
put,
my-
Liberation?
That I would imagine I burned most of my movement to get up to where Serenity is.
Okay, so here comes Lizard Man. Probably one and only turn that they will get. Let's roll. I'm going to roll multiple d10s so Nick doesn't know how many of them are confused.
That's fine.
Okay. Kelian. 3
Hello.
lizard men left alive. The one that's furthest away from the group, but nearest the one that you just shot. He kind of stands up. So all of you see him just kind of emerge from the bush, just kind of wandering out in a random direction. He steps over the dead lizard man laying on the ground and continues moving in that direction.
Cock my head.
Serenity.
Right replies anarchy, baby.
Since he is no longer hidden from you. It's going to be an 18 to hit.
That would hit.
3 points from the first stab. And how does a 19 do?
Yep.
And 5 points from the bite.
Am I still an action trance or not?
I'm ruling that you were not.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, you threw some javelins, but you didn't actually attack anybody. As he comes up out of the bush, he was no longer hidden after Elsie Clone pointed him out, so he didn't get to roll with advantage.
Elsie Clone.
Yeah, you heard me. So he gives you a stab, and then a quick bite with his disgusting swamp teeth. The second one... Kelian, you're watching him. Nobody else knows where this second one is. And you see him scanning the trees, and he eventually locks eyes with you, holding your crossbow out.
Just him. I notice that notices me.
And the third one rolls a 2, so it doesn't matter what he was going to do. You see the third one fire an arrow at Riot. Goes wide, not even in the same zip code. And then he turns and flees away from you guys into the forest. Breaks line of sight behind some trees. So he's either running away or he is going to find another vantage point and try to hide and shoot you again. Kelian, what's up?
I'm going to shoot the one that's running away.
Okay.
That sounds like what Kelian would do.
Not the one that spotted you, the one that's running away.
No.
That's a very heroic... That's like uncharacteristically heroic for Kelian.
Is it?
I don't... He's not doing it to be heroic.
That sounds like non-traditional heroics to me.
Do I get advantage on this? The one that's running away?
No. You're no longer hidden.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
It's 10.
Okay. And you try to loose a bolt in his direction, but it just catches the tree that the lizard man ducks behind. Moving or staying put?
Yeah, Kelian will give chase to that guy.
So you're going to leap down from the tree and chase after him? Brumram.
Cunning action, hide.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make that check.
Oh, the 9 hells.
You've got good stealth though, right?
That's true. I'm 17.
Okay. So what are these hand axes that you've handed Brumram? Like, they're meant for throwing, right?
You can use them for either. I use them as two-hand if I need to dual wield and cut guys down fast.
Making coffee.
It's D6 strength weapon.
Brumram, I'm going to keep calling him Bumram. It's just going to happen. It's just going to keep happening.
Brumham.
He lets into the lizard man that attacked you with his axe. Splits part of its shoulder open as he whoops and hollers some kind of dwarvish war cry. Back to Serenity.
Alright, I'll take a swing at the one next to me.
Okay.
That'll hit an armor class of yes. For 11 damage.
Okay. And he's
Is he still
bloodied.
up?
Still up, but he's bloodied.
Alright. Take a second swing at him.
Then he gets number 2.
That'll hit an armor class of 23.
That's good. Be a hell of a lizard man to have a 23 armor class.
You lizard
For
god.
14 damage.
For 14. And that puts that lizard man on the ground.
Now, what are the other ones that I can see right now?
One
Are
is
they
just kind
relative to
of
me?
wandering aimlessly because he's confused.
Right.
And you saw one of them take a shot at Riot, then break and run. The
I'll
last
move
one
40
you
feet.
you haven't
Oh, sorry.
spotted yet.
I'll move 40 feet in the direction of the one that was...
That's running?
Yep.
Okay.
That's the end of Serenity's turn.
Riot.
Riot, clucks her head and looks at the wandering one. So what are we going to do with you? And cast a produce flame at it.
Damn.
Let's see.
We're gonna cook him and eat him.
Right.
Apparently. Gator's good eating.
Let's see. This is a.
Yeah, you'd
15.
know all about that, wouldn't you, Brick Road?
15?
This is a 15, I think. No, 18.
18 hits.
Okay. for a great 4 damage.
4 damage?
Mm-hmm.
And you scorch this poor defenseless lizard man who can't take actions because he's just wandering around?
Yep.
Moving or staying put?
I'm good where I am.
Libration.
Could I catch up to that to the fleeing lizard man with 100 feet of movement?
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do: 50 feet of movement for move action, bonus action to burn a key point to move another 50 feet,
Okay.
and then yeah, we're gonna punch.
Do it.
It's just like clothesline. That's what I'm doing. I'm just gonna clothesline him, but I'm gonna probably not with a 14, right?
14 does not hit.
Okay, then I'm gonna plant a boot at the back of his skull. 18.
That'll hit.
Okay. That's 5 damage.
Okay. I am very disappointed in all of you that they came around to their turn.
And then I'm gonna finger waggle at him. You're not going anywhere, freak show.
Before we take their turn, Mahogany, are you continuing to be an air elemental for the moment?
Yeah.
All right. Give me half of a second to think
Time.
about how air elementals move underwater. You don't get 90 feet of movement underwater. You don't have a swim speed as an air elemental.
Right.
The normal speed is just 0.
Yeah, I actually have no speed other than hover.
So how are you going to follow these lizard men underwater as an air elemental?
I guess I'll have to follow them from above the water.
Okay. And
I can see them.
you can't, because it's marshland. And the water is very brackish and dark, and after a moment they disappear underneath it.
Even with dark vision? Okay.
The problem isn't that it's dark, the problem is it's very cloudy.
Alright. Well, in that case, then I'll transform back. Swim after him.
Well, we say back, but would it transform into...
I've only got one transformation at the moment.
Okay.
I can transform back to water Genasi.
Okay.
And I do have a swim speed.
But I have to ask, because it's always something with you. Like a water elemental, or are we doing an octopus today? Okay, so Mahogany has voted in favor of more dragon turtle. That's what I'm hearing.
But I will, since I have to transform back, bring my head above water long enough to cast Long Strider.
Does that have an effect on swim speed?
I have no idea. I'd have to look it up.
All right.
But I imagine that Mahogany wouldn't know either, so he'd cast it anyway.
Okay. So the one that you've burned, Riot, is continuing to just kind of meander around.
It does affect swim speed, because it's just the target's speed.
Thank you for interrupting me.
I'm sorry.
The one that's fleeing from you guys, I'll let him take a shot with his short bow for all the good that's going to do him.
I'm right up on him with because I ran up and caught up with him, remember?
Yes.
Okay.
He can attack twice. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
He does not hit Kelian, but he does hit Liberation.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, Kelian, you hit again, didn't you? On the ground.
Yeah, he did.
Mhm.
Okay, so he would have tried to shoot Serenity instead. So he does not hit Serenity. It doesn't make a difference in the end. I'm just trying to keep my head straight. Does hit Liberation for 5 points, piercing damage. And that's a bite.
Ow. It's rude.
Kelian, what's your AC?
My AC. 16.
16. You're gonna chase after this lizard man, and you find a spot where you're thinking he's gonna turn and fire at me. I'm gonna dive into this bush. I'm gonna hide from him. You get a good hiding spot, No sooner do you hide her, though, does an arrow thunk into the tree trunk right next to you. And spinning around, you see the last lizard man having popped up out of his hiding place shooting at you. But he missed. And now it's your turn.
Well, I'm going to shoot him back.
Do it.
I was hiding.
But harder.
That's not...
You were hiding from the guy you were chasing. This guy watched you jump down and then hide.
A jerk. What a jerk.
That mofo
26.
used a perception check to see you. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage on him.
13.
13 damage?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I don't get sneak attack.
Nope. Are you moving from your spot or staying put?
I'll move and hide again.
Okay, hiding from who? Because now you got to get lizard men in every direction.
The little bitch who just shot me, that's who.
The best you can probably do is take cover from him, because he's watching your every move.
Fine. Cover. You know, you make it really hard to be a badass, is all I'm saying.
It's my job. My first 20 of the night is Brumram attacking this lizard man. It always feels really artificial when the NPC gets a 20. But
Is this the one who's just wandering?
yeah, that's the one he's attacking next, because the first one
Okay.
he was attacking,
Yeah.
Serenity just crushed. And Brumran takes his axe with 3 very violent hacks. Splits his neck open. And then makes sure that the head comes loose. And then he starts moving off towards the one that Kelian is now engaged with in a shooting match. So Serenity, you're going to continue chasing after this one?
How far am I from him?
You can get to him this round and
Okay, yeah, let's go.
battering ram him.
Let's go swing. That'll be what's my proficiency now? 8. 15 on armor class.
That's good.
I hear Serenity thundering through the woods behind me, and I just turn to the guy, grin, and dive out of the way.
14 damage.
Right, that's enough for him. And he runs no more as Serenity cracks his spine.
And then I'll let them all fall to my side, pull out a javelin, and toss it at the guy who was Riot fired.
Okay.
That'll hit a 24 on armor.
That's good.
For 10 damage.
Okay, and that's it for that guy as well. Poor bastard never had a chance. That's
the end of Serenity's turn.
Riot, what's up?
I just kind of feel bad for losing lizard folk at the moment. Can I see Mahogany or where he went from here?
No, Mahogany's too far away from all of you. He's way out over the river at this point.
Can I see the river?
Oh yeah, the river's right next to you guys. You were saying queuing pretty close to the river because your plan was to continue following it east to where this little fork is.
Can I see the boat in the river?
No.
Okay.
No, Mahogany's considerably further downstream than you guys, with his crazy air elemental speed.
Yeah, if I could even see him or have an idea where he went,
Then
I could probably dimension door closer to him, but I have no idea where he went.
This is the second time he's done this to you.
Yeah, it's really getting old. I'm gonna cast Ascending to Mahogany,
Okay.
saying, "Give me some kind of signal. I can't find you. Where'd you go?"
And I'll send back the message. I'm saying I went down the river getting that dwarf's stupid axe back so we don't all have to be lizard murderers.
And then I guess I'll spend my movement going toward the river, but I'm kind of like watching out to see if he's going to send a signal up.
Okay. Liberation, can you be the guy right here?
Can I be the guy? It depends.
Or will Lizard Face get one more turn?
Lizard Face, let's see what I can do. I'm just going to go off the top rope on this guy.
Okay.
There's top ropes. There's like vines and stuff, right?
Sure.
Not with a 9 probably, but how about a 16?
16's good.
Off the top rope says 7 damage.
Okay. It's not enough to kill him, but okay.
Okay, then let me burn a key point and just smash his face into the rock.
Look at that roll.
I know, that was pretty butts. Yeah, that was really butts.
Oh, my phone. I need to... Sorry, my phone was not muted.
That's it's only an 11 to hit, so
Nope.
I sit there trying to grab his head and fail at that, and I just look like a chump.
Liberation.
Yeah,
Was a 15 hit,
sure.
and the 24 as well.
Yeah.
8 points of damage from the spear.
Okay.
4 points from the bite. As this lizard
You
man...
said 8 and 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you came off the top rope, crashed into this guy, and he managed to rake you across the side with his spear and get another good chomp in on you.
Reaction.
What percentage of you has been eaten by lizard men this session?
Yeah, probably about 25% or so. I would also have to say save DC 16.
Uh-oh, what's
It's a
happening
dex
now?
save, right?
1.
Yep, dexterity 16. Yep. All right, so you're gonna take some fire damage.
Hellish rebuke him.
Hellish rebuke.
All right, roll damage on it. You have to roll terribly high on this.
7.
That'll do it. And he sinks his teeth into you, and your body flares up with fire for a moment, and the thing throws its head back in anguish as it ignites and drops to the
Grin.
ground, freshly charbroiled.
Turn back to the others, grin a little bit. That felt good.
Mahogany.
Yeah.
You follow the lizard folk that you're watching, carrying the dwarven his parcels filled with his equipment.
Yeah.
This river goes very, very deep.
Am I gaining on him?
What's your swim speed?
40 at the moment.
You're not.
Am I losing him?
No, you're keeping pace.
Okay.
You reach the. You have natural dark vision.
No,
Do you have any way to see in the darkness?
not at the moment. So that refers to a question that I wanted to ask right now.
Yeah.
Since I can breathe underwater, does that mean I can cast verbal components?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Then I'm following him using locate object.
Okay. And what's the duration of locate object?
Like, it's so long that if it runs out, I'm turning back anyway.
It's like an hour, I think.
Before that happens, you get to the base of the river, and this is long past the point where you are able to see anything.
Mhm.
Mahogany doesn't know anything about lizard men, does he? Just
No.
okay.
I speak a language they could probably understand.
So the first thing that happens is you hit the muddy base, the riverbed, and you're kind of following them by sound at this point more than anything. And something strikes you as very off about the place they disappeared into. It looks like they went into a tunnel in the side of the riverbed. Feeling it though, it feels like stone. It's not muddy, and my dog is going ham for some reason. All right, I'm gonna go kill my dog real quick. I'll be right back.
Go outside.
This is the difficult decisions that streamers have to make. Like, I have to weigh how obnoxious it'll be for me to pause the game for a moment versus how obnoxious it'll be to just have barking in the background.
Go outside.
He's dead now. He's fine.
I heard a bark. I don't think he's dead, Burker.
So here's Mahogany. You're feeling this stone, and at first you're thinking, okay, it's just the rocky part of the riverbed. There's like a cave down here or something. But the stone is perfectly smooth, and as you're running your hands across it, you feel recesses that feels like it might be carved runes, like text. There's a space in between two of these larger slabs that heads into the earthen wall of the riverbed.
Is Mahogany going to do anything to signal Riot?
There's nothing I can do except go back, dude.
Okay.
No recourse.
I'm just asking if you have any like cantrips that do like lights or stuff like that or anything like that.
I can make a bud underneath the water bloom.
Okay.
So do you follow the lizard men into this tunnel where you have zero vision?
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I need to look at the spells that I've prepared for the day.
This sounds like an awful lot of planning for a cipher.
Well, I basically do my cipher because I can describe this while I look it up. Is the reason why I'm going into it. Like, I basically cut the line of things Mahogany would know, so this wouldn't actually be taking real time, versus things that I've just forgotten.
Listen,
And
the
no,
human
I'm not
brain.
seeing any way for me to follow these guys at the moment with no light. So I'm gonna have to go back up, take a rest for an hour, come back as an octopus.
Okay.
So I'll do my best to swim straight up towards the light so that I can memorize where this object is.
Okay. Barbarian is very impressed at how efficiently all of you dispatched the lizard men. He's also very impressed that Kelian managed to follow you for so long without him noticing.
Yeah, he does that.
So first of all, you've earned 4 more questions from him.
So where are you from?
He answered that one.
Oh. Where is that in relation to here?
He tells you that there's a vast mountain range further to the east, and that there are 3 different clans of dwarves that make their homes under the mountains.
Where are we? Where is this place?
He tells you it's Lizard Man territory.
I mean, like, in a greater sense. We came from a prime material plane through a portal, and now we don't know exactly where we are.
He tells you that the mountains furthest north are called the Ice Horns. The mountains towards the south, the area where the Great Old One makes his nest, they call the Gold Forge. But as he's answering the question, you get the sense that he's not really sure exactly what you're asking.
Right, okay.
He's able to identify the mountains for you.
Well, we got 2 questions left, sounds like.
What do you know about the Great Old One?
That he makes his nest in an old dwarven stronghold that it laid waste to generations ago. That it has withstood, or rather, it has repelled many dwarven attempts to retake the land. That it's made a pact with all of the, and here it uses its racial slur again, in the forests, that they work for the Great Old One and do its bidding.
You ever heard of a man named named Grandfather Zook?
At this, he puffs his chest out a little bit. He says, "Why, my clan had the pleasure of feasting Grandfather Zook upon his most recent visit to the mountain homes. I sat 4 chairs away from him, I did."
Well, if you come with us, you might meet him face to face.
Mahogany,
Yeah.
are we returning?
Yeah.
Coming from over the river, as you guys are approaching this fork, where it's flowing the river's flowing to the south. There's a river further to the east, flowing down out of the mountains, and this area right here. In fact, I'll just go ahead and there you go. Is the juncture of these two rivers. Mahogany comes over to you guys, flowing from the east, where he has gone out over the water hunting lizard men. He looks disappointed. What does a disappointed air elemental look like?
I'm not an air elemental.
Oh, that's right.
Then he just
Mahogany
looks
right
regular
now.
disappointed.
Couldn't get
So,
the axe, huh?
striking off on your own didn't work again.
I say, I look around at the lizard corpses, and I go, so we're working for the dwarf now?
You might. Mahogany, the lizards attacked us. They're not apparently interested in this, and she waves face paint.
Yeah, those four came up on us from behind. They were going to kill us.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So is the same with the two that we fought at the stream.
And Brumram pipes up, looking around. And how many more of them are you? He started to look behind trees and into bushes, and
This is the one who saved you from the lizard folk. This is the air elemental.
and he looks at Mahogany angrily. Says, I ought to thump you, but good.
He's already been thumped enough.
Yeah, he's going to get another thumping if he goes off on his own again.
And I'm gonna turn to Riot and I say, Riot, what's your problem? I go off on my own literally every single day. That's my job. I'm the scout.
Yeah, but not when the rest of us need you. I didn't know where you
And I again look around at the lizard men and at these 0 wounds on the party.
Oh, no. To be fair,
The
I
rest.
do have some wounds, but
Yeah.
nothing I can't handle.
As everyone is arguing, Kelian goes back
And
up
I'll
into a
just
tree.
respond back. It's like, listen, I have no problem with killing lizard men who attacked you. Clearly, that's the only way to deal with them.
Well, did you learn anything useful? Did you find whatever you were looking for?
No, I have no idea where they went.
So this is what I'm saying. And listen, like, it's funny sometimes. You know, we joke about it. We like insult to say, "Oh, you went off on your own again." But like, I'm serious this time, Mahogany. This is the second time this week that you've gone off on your own with nothing to show for it.
And
And
Mahogany will say,
Brumram-
"Fine, you could be the scout then."
Brumram looks at Mahogany. Sounds like Mother's angry with you.
And Mahogany will look at him and say, well, they're gone. You're never going to track them down on this river.
He doesn't like that answer at all. So what's your guys' next move? Are we going to... Well, first of all, Brumram gives every indication that he's going to return to the mountain homes and then plan to come back with a small strike force to find the lizardmen that stole his equipment, slaughter them, slaughter a few more just for good measure, and then return his axe to his family's home.
Good luck.
I think we'll be going south,
Yeah.
down the river. We're looking for the Great Old One.
He says if you're looking for the Great Old One, you'll need to travel east. And he points off over in the direction of where this river is flowing from.
Oh, is that where the base of the mountain is?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, this second river is flowing from the east, flowing down from out of the mountains.
And Riot smiles a bit and says, "You realize you gave that one up for free?"
He doesn't seem to mind.
Thanks for your help, and good luck getting your axe back.
He tells the group, the ones that he fought with, that their valor and efficiency in slaughtering, insert racial slur here, makes up for this one fouling his escape plan. That he will speak well of you in the mountain homes.
Well, thanks.
Sorry about losing your family's axe. If we find it in the future, I'll be sure to deliver it to you.
Serenity, he returns your hand axe to you.
Okay. Oh wait, actually, does he have a weapon?
He picks up one of the spears that these lizard men dropped.
Nah, keep it. It's probably better than a spear from a lizard man. Made in the forges of the gods, man.
He probably has no idea who this
He
are.
has no idea who that is.
He offers his gratitude to you.
Better than a insert racial slur here. Spear, am I right? And Mahogany like looks at him joking and then looks at the party.
So where are you guys putting up your camp tonight after all this excitement with lizard folk?
Imagine if we go back into the trees a little bit more rather than try and put a little bit of distance between us and the river.
Well,
I would
I was
imagine.
going to argue the opposite. I was going to say that we should go into the trees on this hex.
yeah, I was gonna say if we're moving east, we should just go more east.
To move into this hex, you need to cross the river at some point. You guys have lots of ways to do that, but
Yeah.
I mean, how deep is it?
the river is
Oh,
actually
it's really
very
deep.
deep.
How wide is it?
It's enormous. I mean, you figure one of these hexes is something like 10 miles.
Mahogany will stretch you and say, give me an hour and I can carry us across.
I mean, I'm not the worst swimmer, but I didn't bring the boat.
And don't forget,
Forgot you
we
had
gotta
that
keep
boat.
the key dry. It's important.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can you fly or anything? Looking at Riot.
I can swim. It's no problem for me.
Yeah,
And
but
that's not going to get the sand wet?
It is safe in my pack, I think.
It's not really here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We think that's how that works.
But I'll tell you what. If you're concerned about it, this is what we can do. I'll give you the pouch,
Mm-hmm.
and then I can turn you into a bird, and you can fly across. That leaves only 2 from Mahogany to carry.
Okay. That sounds good. Does Polymorph give me the mental stats of the creature? No, that's only the 9th level version, right? Okay.
Unless you're in a crazy limbo tower.
Yeah.
So the plan is to cross the river thusly and then camp on the other side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And where are we striking out from there? Is the plan then to continue
Is the
following the
dwarf
river
coming
east?
with us?
No,
No.
he left
No,
with
river?
the dwarf homes.
Alright, as soon as we're across the river then, I'll say I totally know where the lizard man lives, by the way. We can go get that axe now if you guys want.
Why didn't you tell him?
Because I don't want to sneak into another race's home and kill all their children with a dwarf.
That's fair.
you got a point.
I don't see anything wrong with this.
I guess I can just cast Ascending when we get it.
I'll say, oh, they tossed it by the side of the river. We found it. With a couple
Yeah.
dead lizard men.
Right, that works.
We also don't have to return the axe. What if it's a magic?
Yeah, why are
axe?
we... I don't know, like... He seemed decent enough. I mean, these lizard men seem generally hostile, and apparently they're aligned with this terrible black dragon. But I don't know that we need to go out of our way to help him right now. There's more pressing matters.
In fact, I should have asked him if it was a magical axe.
If it's a magical axe, that's all the more reason to give it back.
No, it's all the more reason to keep it. What are you talking
Listen,
about?
it probably has horrible dwarven curses. Forebears of my forebears, all that.
I'm with Serenity. I think we should keep on the task at hand.
Sounds good to me. I don't know why we were helping him to begin with. I'm all about killing any lizard men that attack us. That's just, we have the right to defend ourselves.
So
I
where
just
did you
don't see
find?
why we should go looking for them to slaughter them. Oh,
So
they're
where-
down
where-
on the river.
Oh,
They've got like this worked stone hallway. Maybe they made it. Anyways, I couldn't see anything, and
so
I kept
it's-
hearing this voice
Mhm.
that sounded like an angry tiefling in my ear, saying, "Mahogany, aren't you going to leave me a sign of where you are?"
Well, you didn't, to be fair. Well, we know that the lizard folk are aligned with the dragon. Do we want to try and sneak in the mountain that way, or do we want to go the way that Dwarf told us?
Mahogany will shrug. Either way seems good to me.
So let's
Oh,
get
let's
some
see.
ideas. How are we going to find this lair of this black dragon? Assuming
I have a
that's where you're
feeling-
going.
I have a feeling if that axe was magical, those lizard folk are on their way to deliver it to the dragon right now. Following them seems like a good way to reach him.
Yeah, that's fair.
So are you going to continue following the river overland up into the foothills, or are you going to concoct a way to go down into the river and then through the tunnel that Mahogany discovered?
So I like the tunnel idea, but let's put it up to a vote.
Okay.
Overland, everyone.
Let's just go down the list. Riot,
Well,
what's your vote?
let's
No, I kind of like the idea of Riot going overland and then no one talks, and she goes through the tunnel and then no one talks. She's like, all right.
Yeah, Riot, what's your vote?
Tunnel.
What is Kelian?
Tunnel.
Liberation?
I'm down for tunnel.
Serenity?
the tunnel is underwater, right?
Yes.
Tunnel.
And Mahogany.
Yeah, sounds rad.
Everybody wants the tunnel. All right.
Hold on. What about the key? Can we get to this tunnel without going underwater?
I'll
Yeah.
say, does anyone have anything waterproof?
Well, can't you like use you don't when you change doesn't all your stuff kind of like meld with you, and then when you turn back, it's normal again?
Yeah, I mean that's an excellent secondary idea. But I've tended to notice that I've shifted back a lot when I don't want to.
It might
And
be
also I'm just kind of damp in general.
So I think it might be safe in the pack. The problem is there's really no way to test that theory without failing it.
Well, we can put it in the pack and I can hold on to it, and then we've got, at least got 2 layers of protection.
There is a third option. We can bury it.
Yeah.
Isn't it wet underground?
We'd have to travel a little distance to find a safe place to bury it.
But
But
if it rains, how deep would you want to bury it?
And Kelian is just against leaving behind something in general.
okay, yeah, yeah. I'm just saying that's an option. It might not be a good idea, but I don't know if we've heard any really good ideas.
Well, I mean, why don't we test it on something that won't get destroyed by water? And
Oh, yeah. Let's test my pack with something that won't
Yeah.
get destroyed by water.
yeah,
Who's got some paper? Let's say.
I'll rip a couple of sheets out of my journal.
Okay, and Riot will put them, taking everything else out of the pack first. Put them in the pack, and then just dunk the pack in some water.
And what's the deal with this pack?
This is a Heward's Handy Haversack. If you
Okay.
want to look that up in the D&D.
It's like a bag of holding, but
I know what it is.
different.
And when you pull the pack back, open it up, the paper inside is fine.
So
There
yeah,
we go.
should be
All right.
okay.
Cool, we're good then.
All right.
So-
Smart
how do
ideas. See,
We didn't read the small print on the wash that says depth rated at 30 feet.
see, I occasionally have a smart idea every
That was
once in
pretty
a
good.
while.
So I'll repack everything in the pack.
I just don't want Brick Road to zing us later. Just like, well, you didn't say anything. Or
Yeah, no, that's
key,
true.
and you're stuck here forever. Adventure's over.
Game over. Return of Mahogany.
I'm going to go ahead and set up a straw poll here. So next session, we're going to have we haven't had a fun underwater adventure yet.
What?
What? No. No, we had like the opposite of that.
Oh, look, it's another fork. Who wants to become the priest of Osprey this time?
I'm gonna become the priest of double Osprey, says Riot.
Double Osprey.
Riot
I'm the
just
double
becomes
pope. I'm the po-po-po-po.
Riot just becomes Osprey.
There's a straw poll for you guys. Yeah, let's go ahead and give out some blips. Let's give a blip for the most creative solution this session.
My problem is, I'm pretty sure it was Mahogany's rescuing the dwarf. Either that or getting away from the giants. Like, one of those two whirlwind uses was pretty good.
See, for me, it was when Brickroad told me that I had to stay next to Liberation, and I solved the problem of Brickroad by saying, no, Liberation needs to come from me.
But my problem with that is that I also want to award Mahogany the assist blip.
You can give him 2 blips.
Yeah,
You
I
can give
guess
him
I
all the
could.
blips if you want.
Anyway, I nominate him for the creative blip.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah, sure.
And we do give 1 blip for who furthered the party's goals the most. The assist blip.
I mean, I got a lot of information out of the dwarf.
That's true.
Yeah.
you killed a bunch of Flizzermen and thereby got a bunch of information out the dwarf.
Well
That's
done.
true.
Yep.
No one can say that's not true.
Go for it.
I mean, I could be really, like, sarcastic and disparaging about it. Be like, oh, you guys killed a bunch of CR 1/2 monsters. Look at the big heroes walking around the woods.
Oh,
I
don't
would
be a
have
fart.
Mahogany's
that.
already done that.
It's not the
Don't be a
badass blip we're
fart.
talking about.
We do give 1 blip for being a badass. Who was a badass this week?
I liked Kelian assassinating the assassins.
Sniping's
I
a
liked
good job, mate.
Kelian just for not for that, but for keeping it that whole time.
Yeah.
I like Kelian.
Okay. And we give 1 blip for intangibles, just for whatever else.
I suggested to test the bag.
I'm gonna nominate it for Liberation, but not for that, because you were actually willing to go out and have that feast, and I was like really proud of you for that.
Oh yeah, I was talking with AIM
Yeah.
on with Nick, and I'm like, literally any other member of this party would be eating that fucking, would be out of that tent. And then you went, and we were just like, oh yes, he's a member of the party. We love our Liberation boy.
Does anybody would anybody like to hazard a guess on what those fairy folk were?
Oh, they were leprechauns.
Satyrs?
They were absolutely leprechauns.
Leprechauns? Alright.
Yeah, I
thought
figured
maybe
it
they
would
were
do
satyrs,
with the
but,
rainbow.
It's funny, right? Like you keep saying, ring a bell when you hear something from Willows, but I keep wanting to ring a bell because I want to hear something from NetHack, because we had leprechauns in the session, that's cold, and then we had an air elemental that was knocking people around.
Well, the air elemental's not mine.
No,
I can
Leprechaun.
only be blamed.
It's a creature that I was really kind of bummed that wasn't in 5th edition. So I had to use the 2nd edition entry, and I love the 2nd edition entry. It says about 30% of all male leprechauns have beards, pointed shoes, brown or green breeches, green or gray coats, and either wide-brimmed or stocking caps.
what are the other 70% wear?
So wait, what
It doesn't
percentage
say.
on wide rimmed or stocking?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. So
30% of
Apparently, fifth
leprechauns have beards. That is, and
fifth
it's just.
edition.
I've never actually gotten to use leprechauns in a game before, unfortunately.
But oh, you already answered the question. I was let's see, but how many hats do they wear?
Many.
Where was
hats.
Wonderella?
We got to do a. God, I didn't even think about that. I should have made a Wonderella reference and didn't do it. Does anybody else want to do it now that the ship has sailed on me?
No.
Okay.
I think Nodal is the kind of guy who would jump on that grenade.
We'll see next time.
Well, that's the thing about leprechauns is after they trick you, you can never find them again.
See,
Yeah, they teleport away.
tell Wonderella that.
It's not just the teleport away. It literally says that person will never find that leprechaun again.
That leprechaun. A lot of leprechauns out there.
So I love how then Liberation was looking for these guys. We'll never find them again.
Well, you found other stuff.
Yeah, naked people.
Okay,
I
so
call
let's
that a
do-
win in my book.
Who wants to go first on the belief rundown? We'll try to plow
I'll
on
do
through
it.
these because I know it was a lot of combat and such this session. Mahogany. What's Mahogany's belief?
That all things have a perfect state of being, and some cannot be tolerated.
And did he live that belief?
Yeah,
How
a
so?
lot. Because like he has no problem with the dwarf per se, because they're all going to come down and slaughter these lizard men, and Mahogany's not going to try to stop them. But he also has no problem with the lizard men defending their territory. I mean, of course they're going to. So he's not willing to work for the dwarf to slaughter these lizard men, especially when there's like zero reason to do so.
And you hold this opinion even though you guys found lizardmen patrolling well outside of their territory?
Well, they were
Early.
doing, like, if a bunch of dwarves then slaughtered those lizard men patrolling outside of their territory, I mean, they're going to. That's fine.
What I'm confused about is the perfect state of a lizard man slaughtered or unslaughtered?
It's apparently to ambushing people inside their territory.
Does Mahogany learn anything new about his beliefs?
No, not really.
And are they changing?
No.
Who's next?
Kelian's next.
Kelian's next. What's Kelian?
No.
No. Who's next after that?
Riot.
Riot. Same. Other guys?
Serenity.
So Serenity, I'm actually going to answer these out of because the last two, I've said that she's probably reconsidering her beliefs after the death of Mahogany.
Okay.
So I have the new belief now.
Which is what?
My new belief is I will interpose myself between evil and oppression and my companions and push forward.
Okay. And so you definitely, literally lived that belief this week. Putting yourself between your companions and the lizard men. I guess there's no point in asking if you've learned anything new about your brand new belief.
Yeah.
But, so that came about as a result of not being in between Mahogany and a very hungry treasure box.
Well, it's also philosophical about like trying to keep the ciphers from going down bad paths with the cult of the jailer and whatnot.
So this is something that Serenity views like both metaphorically and literally then.
Yep.
Okay. Serenity, you're getting 2 belief points. Mahogany, you're getting 1, and everybody else was no.
And you skipped me.
Did
Yeah.
I?
Yeah.
Do you even have beliefs?
Yeah, I have them.
What is Liberation's belief?
It is not enough to go for the quick fix. I have to solve the root problem.
And did you live that this week?
I would say yes, he did.
How so?
I would say that he did because, I mean, when everybody was out cold and he couldn't rouse them, he's like, okay, I have to find out what's going on and try and fix it. And he didn't end up fixing it, but that's how he do.
Okay, and did he learn anything new about his beliefs?
No.
Are they changing?
No.
Then you have 1 belief point as well.
Yay!
Let's give out some experience. You guys get all 5 of you, a whopping 66 experience
66?
for your part in routing or killing or pursuing or whatever it is with lizardmen. I didn't bother actually tallying up all the experience for lizardmen. I just gave you some low amount and then split it 6 ways. Riot.
Mm-hmm.
I am giving you your alignment blip for freeing helpless and unfortunate fish. I thought that was an interesting, because I'm getting the sense that Riot is struggling with Osprum's beliefs.
Yeah.
Which is why I asked, like, is this an Ostrum thing? So you can have that one. Liberation, you're getting 2 blips. One for the intangibles. I awarded you your flaw blip. I never enter a room without backup. You had no backup going to check out the pan flutes, and you got into trouble.
Yep.
As a result.
How much is a blip?
Blips right now are 1050. Kelian, you took the badass blip. I also awarded you your faded blip for the idea that you should take the axe and keep it.
Yep.
Clearly
saw that one coming.
Clearly Bumram was not strong enough to hold on to this axe himself. Serenity, they gave you the assist blip. I'm also giving you your alignment blip. Good is helping the weak and less fortunate. Whether he knew it or not, Bumram was less fortunate in that situation. And Mahogany, they gave you the creative and the straw poll. And I gave you your flaw blip. And if I could give you your flaw blip, I would have given it to you twice. I can't be trusted to act on my own, and I should do what people tell me. You didn't do anything anybody told you, and every time you struck out on your own, you got into trouble. This here was really fun for me.
Oh, no doubt. No, I'm glad you.
Like I said, Benny Hill themed.
Yep.
All right.
That's all we
I think I should have gotten my alignment.
So it was 66 plus the blips, right?
Yes. And
Okay.
No one has
666
ever
for
been
me
more
counts.
neutral than Mahogany this session.
I was wondering if Mahogany and Liberation were going to stand their ground against those giants and walk away with thousands of experience, but they did not.
I think we could have taken them.
I'm pretty sure you could have.
Giant naked people? I don't know. I mean, maybe, but
Giant, hairy, naked people.
Yeah, that's right in Mahogany's whalehouse.
Whale House.
You did say whale house.
Wait until next session.